I'm going to phrase it like this. Are the SF reserves any good?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it, folks. You heard it here first.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
Some of the, I'm not going to say some of the best soldiers I've served with have been reservists, because I just won't be believed. I've said that about everything. But genuinely, I can, there was, you get quite a, well, I'd say quite a few, but there were certainly 2 guys in my time, maybe even 3, that were in my squadron that came via the reserves. One of which was a reservist for long enough and managed to get himself on selection and passed. Now, a lot of guys would disagree with that. And I think a lot of them did get a bit of flack by saying, oh, you've almost come through the back door. You was a reservist, then you've done selection, when really, you know, the guys that normally do selection have got to have X amount of experience and come from, you know, a full-time soldier background. But at the end of the day, if you pass selection, you pass selection. And, you know, you've got trust in the process. Yeah, you're always going to get people fall through the net, but that would be the same for any industry. But if you pass selection, you pass selection. And the guys that I'd worked with that have come via that route have been absolutely fantastic, no different. You know, there was also another guy that I know that was in my squadron that was a reservist, and he was attached to our squadron to help out with numbers and to sort of bolster the numbers. And it was just meant to be a short time thing. He ended up being there for so long. He was like, can I not just go full carder? Can I not put my papers in to be attached permanently? And yeah, he was with us for so long, he'd already proved himself. You know, he'd been out on operations and he was effectively operating as a full-time operator. So, yeah, so it is, yes.
I guess probably the question must be, do you get any real biffs because, you know, they're coming in on a part-time basis? I mean, it's a bit like what you said, isn't it? They necessarily haven't done commando training or P company or this kind of thing. Can that prove an issue?
Well, yes and no, but it's short-lived. So if someone, and the thing is, it's not just, you know, if a reservist come through and found himself in a squadron and then, you know, shouldn't really be there, because that can be true of someone who's had 10 years experience as a Royal Marine or a paratrooper or in an army unit, do selection, get into the squadrons, and is just not the right material. And it generally gets found out fairly quickly. So, yeah, it doesn't really, it's not really an issue for long enough for it to be a big enough issue, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. It sounds like, you know, these things all find their own level, you know.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. One of the things that, and this was sort of what attracted me, one of the things that attracted me so much is hearing the sayings of the, in SF units, not only are you treated more of an adult, but you're given enough rope to hang yourself. So because you're supposed to be, you know, so much more up there, you're at the sharp end, you're the elite of the elite. If you're told to do something, then you need to be able to do it. You know, you're not going to be told to do something that you're not capable of doing within the job spec. And if you're not capable of doing it, you'll get found out very quickly.
Yes, got you. So, Tony, I could talk all night, and I know that our subscribers can. We've got almost 200 people in the chat, which is probably, I think, our second biggest chat ever. So, all good credit to you, mate.
No, thank you, and thank you.
Yes, yeah, I got a wonderful bunch of. I don't like to use the word subscribers. I call them my friends, and they really help make this channel a little bit special, you know. And they come and join in the chat. Sometimes I just sit here chatting to them, and it's not a bad way to you know, to spend an evening. What I should say is we've got Lionel Messi in the chat.
Hey.
I have to say I'm speechless, Lionel. I've got all your albums, mate. That bloody Dancing on the Ceiling was brilliant. And yes, let the music play on, mate.